Two daddies. Judging baddies.
Come on, sit down there, Mike. Get comfy.
I am ready for podcast. All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Two Daddies Judging Baddies. Wow, we're still here. This is recorded before the last episode went out, so
We could not be here.
This
might not be heard up by anybody.
You might not even see this.
That last one was rough.
It was rough. We do have stories today that are not as rough. Because come on. Look, we can read some stories and we can have fun. Why would y'all send that to us? And then also just please don't do it again. But if you want to, you can go to mikeanddylan.com, MikeandDylan.com.
We dare you to do it again.
No, we definitely don't. We do have a viewer submitted story. This one's from the Reddit. Big Red sent it to us.
Recommended story.
Yeah. Recommended story. You can recommend stories, and we will definitely go through them. Last episode we went through a bunch of touchy subjects,
and both of those were recommended as well.
Yes. This is my wife's traumatic childhood is killing my marriage.
Yep, I think this one's heavy too.
God, look. This is my first time reading this title. Unfortunately, in the Reddit, this was submitted in the Reddit, but we had just went through the great meme disaster of 2025. So we had to do that. Actually, I'm going to turn off my alarm.
Oh, is that going to hit?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
See, look, it's up on the phone. It's like, hey, turn this off.
The last episode that we recorded, Two Daddies Judging Baddies, Mike had to get up and go turn it off.
Did, yeah.
It sounds like a phone call, though. Do you have it set as a ringtone?
Yeah, it's just a loud ringer. It's just hey, it's time to pick up your kid from school.
It's funny because I was watching Breaking Bad, and that was Walt's excuse for why he had two phones, but he didn't. He was saying like, "Oh, I think I set my alarm as a ringtone," and and then Skylar could tell that he was full of shit. And so,
listen, Skylar gets a lot of hate on that show.
She was a shit, and
she did
turn into a shit.
Jesus Christ, the happy birthday. I could sit through Scott's Tots dinner party. I love cringe. I cannot. I have to just skip that. Can you watch that?
I can watch them all.
Happy birthday, Mr. President. Kill me now. Take me out. If I died right now, I'd be okay. The first time I ever saw that, I was just like, maybe I don't watch this show. People who made it through that are troopers. All right, so my wife's traumatic childhood is killing my marriage. This is a long one, but wanted to share my story and hear your thoughts. I, 46 male, have been married to my wife, 45 female, for 20 plus years. We have 3 teenage kids. Until recently, I would have said we had a wonderful marriage, but as I look back, I think out of pure love and obsession, I've been looking at things with rose-colored glasses.
Did you tell who submitted this? Just to give him a shout out?
Yeah, Big Red.
Okay.
Yeah, I said Big Red. We met in college. Her best friend went to the same college as me, and that's how we met. She had a tough upbringing. Her mom was very young, and she was born and her parents were never married. She didn't meet her biological dad until she was in her 30s, which is a story for another day. My mom isn't a really good person, and they are no contact with one another. Her mom isn't a really good person. Until my wife was a teenager, she shared a bedroom with her mother in her grandparents' house. They were more like sisters. When she was a teenager, her mom got married to another awful person. She had an affair with a married guy. Eventually, he got divorced and married my mother-in-law. He had 2 kids who were slightly older than my wife. I imagine what that was like. Merged 2 families with teenage kids. Their dad cheated on their mother and then shacked them all up in one house. I can't imagine. There are countless stories of the horror my wife went through as a child. Her mom told her she should have aborted her. Tried to push her out of a moving car. There were smacks and slaps. My wife was never complimented growing up. I have never heard my mother-in-law compliment my wife. My wife was always smart. I got like a nose whistle going on. Water. There we go.
H2O.
That's high quality H2O. When you do, podcast after podcast, then like my throat will get dry and I'll hear it when I fucking...
If you just let me talk every once in a while, you wouldn't get such a dry throat.
You read the stories on the last one. So, gosh. Dylan just always here to never compliments me. Never, there's smacks and slaps. Her mother only criticized her, and it was constant. As if that wasn't bad enough, she was sexually assaulted in college by some friend of her stepbrother. To say this has taken a mental toll on her is an understatement. I love her with every sense of my being. I've supported her in therapy. I am by no means a perfect husband, but I've tried my best to be supportive and loving. Anyways, fast forward to today. I've been married for over 20 years. My wife obviously has a lot of issues stemming from the above. I love her more than anything in the world, but it hasn't been easy. I've borne the brunt of some pretty outlandish treatment, and I'm wondering if I have been blinded by love and if this is not a safe and healthy environment for me. I don't know if I could ever leave. I don't know if I could ever do that to her or my kids, but I'm starting to feel like I only serve the purpose of providing support, financial, emotional, physical, parenting. Here's some of the things that have happened. All right. Juicy.
It does get juicy.
About 5 years ago, we had gone to a beach location for a long weekend with a lifelong friend of mine and his families. It was an all-around great time. One night, while we were leaving an amusement park, we were walking the kids for ice cream. We walked past the bar and a baseball game was ending. My friend and I say to the wives that we want to grab a drink and watch the game to the end while they get ice cream next door. Everyone seemed fine with it. This is something I never do. My friend and I were gone 20, 30 minutes. When we got home, my wife lost it. She couldn't believe I abandoned the family for half an hour tops while they ate ice cream. This was the first time she hit me. Oh, fuck. She punched me 4 times and threw a chair at me. I was shocked. The pattern escalated over the next few months. She slammed the shower door on me, breaking it, and effectively trapping me naked in the shower. If she hadn't brought me a screwdriver to remove the shower door, I'd still be in there. Right before the holiday in 2019, 4 months after this hitting started, my daughter had a disagreement, my daughter had a disagreement with my daughter. Okay. With my other daughter. My wife made a mistake and said something she shouldn't have. It should have been easily fixable with a quick apology, but my wife turned it into World War III with my daughter, which I thought was unnecessary, but my wife and I put up a unified front with our kids and addressed things later. After my daughter went to her room punished, my wife and I went into our room. I tried to calm my wife down, but apparently she wanted me to match her level of outrage, and my wife unleashed her fury on me. She punched me countless times. I ended up with a bloody nose and a cut beneath my eye. I'm over 6 feet tall, pretty fit guy. My wife is almost a foot shorter than me and maybe 80 pounds lighter than me. I sat there and let her punch me countless times. I remember being frozen and also being afraid. I didn't even want to grab her hands out of fear. I would be blamed for the fight and be arrested. She was unhinged, screaming as she pummeled me. It was awful. It was really fun to coach my daughter's basketball game with a badly bruised and cut up face the next day. So, spousal abuse is never okay. It doesn't matter the childhood you fucking had. You don't have to then push that off on other people. At a certain point, you got to stop saying I'm a shit person because of what happened. And you have to say, hey, I got to get past this. Like, I have to talk to somebody. I got to work on this. I got to work on myself. He's in an abusive relationship. He needs to end it. Like, it's rough.
I've seen some good ones where like the cops show up at a house and the wife is basically like him saying that he doesn't want to put his hands on her because he's afraid that he's going to go to jail. But like I've seen ones where like the guy comes out like beaten up pretty seriously and the wife's like, he was trying to beat me. And they look and they can see like pretty much untouched, like no wounds or anything on her. Clothes aren't torn, but he's like all fucked up and they're like, sorry, ma'am, you're under arrest.
Right, yeah.
And that's one of those things where it is a scary situation being a guy. Like you gotta, but yeah, there's no good.
Because there have definitely been instances where a guy comes out beating the fuck up and she's like, I got this red mark on my neck.
Yeah, and then they take him off to jail.
Come on, you terrible person. After this, I freaked out. I realized the situation had gotten way out of hand. My wife apologized profusely. I said I couldn't go on like this. Our kids heard the commotion, and we later had to talk to them about it. I told my wife this wasn't safe for me. She had a near breakdown out of fear. I would leave her. She discussed with her therapist. We went to couples therapy for the first time. It was a mess. I've come to realize that therapists, or at least the ones we've seen, focus on the patient with the most needs. Given my wife's past, she has the most mental health issues, so that's what we focus on. It was really hard to be put on the back burner. COVID came and the couples therapy stopped. We tried again last year and it was worse for the same reasons. Yeah, she needs to just go talk to somebody. Just talk to fucking somebody. Like, Jesus, get help. What else has this marriage been like? Well, We've always been very sexually active. My wife is very beautiful. She gets attention anywhere she goes, although she usually seems oblivious to it. I sometimes feel infatuated with her, but she grew up with a mother that hated her and constantly took her down. I've always complimented her beauty, her intellect, how wonderful of a mother she is, how incredible of a cook she is, how incredible of a hostess she is for holidays. She is amazing in so many ways. I think I'm good looking, but nothing special. I'm in good shape, but I'm going bald and I have aged. Most people would say this guy is punching above his weight. I was good with this for a long time, but I think I started to feel somewhat insecure as I aged. I'm not particularly vain or anything, but I looked for reassurance from her about my physical appearance. For the first time in my life, I felt insecure. I almost felt embarrassed. She didn't come through for me, quite the opposite. She had never really complimented me about my appearance, our whole relationship. Maybe she's just brutally honest. I don't know. One night after we were intimate, she told me how small I was. This was a completely unsolicited comment after 15 plus years together. I think I'm average down there. I have measured myself and I am just under 6 inches. I always thought she was pleased, so hearing a compliment in that department was quite a blow. Well, hearing a complaint in that department was quite a blow.
And if you measure from the taint up, then you get like a couple more inches just
right,
added onto
Jesus.
it. So that's where it starts. That's the root of it. So, include that.
Right. I always thought she was pleased, so hearing a complaint in that department was quite a blow. She later admitted she said it hurt me out of some sort of anger. Oh, she hurt me out of some sort of anger. She wasn't even sure what I was mad about or what she was mad about. She tried to walk that back, but it's been tough. Not long after that, I asked what was physically attractive about me. I was just looking to feel better about myself. She told me there was nothing. Damn. Those were her words, and she was kind of shocked that I was taken aback by that and hurt by it. Hey, I asked, so I guess I deserved it. Fucking Jesus, bud. She tried to walk that back a lot over the years as well. Around that time, we went to dinner, and I sort of said, hey, I'm over 40, and for the first time ever, I'm feeling anxiety and stress over work, kids, life, etc. I asked if she could try to be more supportive and caring. She said no, that she was a good wife already and was providing support already. She couldn't do any more.
Yeah, she's willing to try. She's very.
I have to feel like sometimes like just typing this out and getting it all out, he has to be like, "Fuck, she's a bitch."
I think he's coming around to it.
Okay. We actually talked through a lot of it. I expressed how it made me feel. She apologized for what she said. She's actually way more giving of compliments than she has ever been. She has improved there, but it feels forced. Only being said because I asked her to. Don't always feel sincere. I have discussed it at length in therapy, and I'm basically good with my appearance and what I can and cannot control, but I still think it was unnecessarily mean of her. My wife has a massive fear of abandonment and has massive trust issues. She regularly accuses me of cheating. Ooh. Uh-oh. Maybe she's cheating. I have been nothing but faithful. I have to travel for some work, on average about 3 days a month, some months more, some months less. She regularly wakes me up in the middle of the night to FaceTime me to see if anyone's in my room. There has obviously never been. One night last year, I had to travel to give an important presentation. I had to give it first thing in the morning. I prepared for weeks and it was stressful. I am presenting the work of my team, so pressure's on me to show the good work that everyone has done. My wife and I spoke around 10, talked about it for half an hour and went to bed. At 2 a.m., I woke up to banging on the hotel door. She had somehow convinced the hotel manager, huge national hotel chain, so I'm not sure how this is compliant with their policies, to check on me because of an emergency. I realized I had maybe 10 missed calls and 30 text messages from her. I had been asleep, so we FaceTimed. We confirmed there was no one in the room with me. She wasn't sorry or anything. She was mad that it took her so long to get a hold of me. I was now wide awake and had to give this presentation. Then I had to work a full day, attend a work dinner on basically 3 hours of sleep. Wow. That's a full night's rest and a half. That is
3 hours.
Yeah, you got that premium. Oh my God, why?
Yeah, it's wild when you're out and obviously he's at work, even like he's at work at a hotel, like going to sleep, to automatically assume that he's always got somebody, and especially after years and years and years of proof that yeah, no babe, I'm just asleep, to never finally be like, okay, I trust him.
Right.
Never. Not once.
Like every single time I FaceTime, oh, he's just getting the woman to hide beside the bed.
Yeah.
My wife has always been insanely jealous of other women. Sorry, I checked my phone during the
Just
thing.
set up a live stream of you sleeping.
Yeah, we have a car down, so right now she's like picking up the kids and everything. And I was just making sure because she had called me, so she called me again. Oh God. Oh, well. Not important. She was just like, hey, you want me to grab you from the studio because I'm picking up Theo? I was like, no, I'm in the middle of the greatest podcast of all time. No, Mom. Gosh, let me hang out with my friends. Jesus. My wife has always been insanely jealous of other women. My first boss after college was like 4 years older than me. Her husband worked at the same company. My wife hated her. I guess because I would talk about her. She was the person I worked closest with. I basically gave up any female friendships that I had. Not that I was particularly close with any women. One thing that was a particular issue for her was bachelor parties when all my friends were getting married. She hated the idea of me going to a strip club. Okay, fine. I don't particularly enjoy going to strip clubs. Nothing against the workers there, but I just see it as they want my money and I don't need to pay to see a really attractive woman. So anyways, neither of us had strippers or anything like that at our bachelorette parties. I had a great time at mine. We played golf, we went to an awesome dinner and then gambled afterwards. Anyways, some of my friends did go to the strip clubs for their bachelor parties. I always told my wife she wanted to attend. I offered to skip that part, but I don't think she wanted to be seen by my friends or the other wives. It's a fucking story and a half, bro.
Yep.
As controlling or a stick in the mud? I don't know. I've never been to a strip club,
So
but if my wife was like, hey, I want to go to a strip club, I'd be like, let's go. let's go, girl. But yeah, I wouldn't. Ain't nothing for me there. Like, what kind of a hoe-ass dude is just like, if I go, man, I think she's attracted to me, you know? I couldn't do it. I really don't know, but she wanted me to stay in contact the entire time. It was a little over the top, but I did it. I would literally text her nearly the entire time I was there, describing the situation, just talking about the night. Not sure why I even went to that part of the bachelor party. This happened 3 or 4 times. When I got home, I got the 3rd degree. She examined me, smelled me, examined my body for evidence, examined my underwear. It was crazy. Before the last one, I said, I don't want to do this. I don't even want to go. But she didn't want that. She wanted to go and stay in touch. She promised to back off some, but she really didn't. At one point, a bouncer came over and told me to put my phone away when I was texting, so I did. I guess he was worried I was taking pictures. No, I wasn't taking pictures. This was staying in touch. Typing this out makes me realize how ridiculous it was.
Yeah. So have you ever seen that song? It's "Let Me Smell Your Dick."
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know about dick smelling.
Well, no, there's a song that some girl made. Like whenever a guy gets home, she's like, "Let me smell your dick," to make sure that he wasn't cheating on her.
I've never been in a situation where I've had my dick smelt. So
I have not either.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I imagine like it has been smelled.
Yeah, it's been smelled,
but not like break it out so I can smell it and make sure you're.
Why does it smell like warm mayonnaise, baby?
It was a pretty warm day.
Yeah, it was a hot day. I really wanted to take a shower. Well, why do you want to take a shower? I mean, I guess you could do it. I mean, whatever. I'm going out. Yeah. What is that? It's depression. All right. All of this would have no big deal. These bachelor parties all happened over 10 years ago. Recently, she was talking about her BF's bachelorette party, which was years ago. My wife was the maid of honor. She always insisted that she never went to a strip club ever. Well, recently, my wife said something about men pulling her friend up on stage and embarrassing her. I was like, where was this? Even in that moment, I wouldn't have cared that they went to a strip club. I trust her. Or until all of this, I fully trusted her. She insisted this was at a typical bachelorette party restaurant that wasn't a strip club. I don't know what that is. Does anyone know? I said that it felt like she wasn't being honest. She was offended. I said I thought that the real issue was that she thought I might have put her through the same thing she put me through. Like I said, I didn't get it, but it was so long ago, I don't really care. She doubled and tripled down. So she goes to the other room and texts her best friend and comes back and hands me the phone and shows me the text. She asked the friend, did we go to a strip club for your bachelorette party? Which seemed like an odd question to ask someone out of the blue, and the response seemed odd. So I asked my wife, is this the full text exchange? It feels like something is missing. So I looked in her deleted text, and sure enough, there are deleted texts. I restored it, and the response from the friend is, oh, that is a definite yes. So I look at my wife shocked. I don't even know why she went down this path. Right.
Yeah. Why start the issue?
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's like really insecure about him because she's cheated on him. She says her friend is wrong. Now I'm annoyed and asking what happened that you would lie about this. What did you do? Horror stories about bachelorette parties are running through my mind. We have an argument over this where I am gaslit to hell. Doesn't remember. Her friend is wrong. That's why she deleted the text. She didn't cheat or do anything wrong. All the comments about her level of attraction to me come back to my mind. Poor guy. No real resolution, but she promises me that she will figure out exactly what happened. Fast forward about a month to a holiday party we went to. We see her best friend for the first time in a few months. Of course, they talk a lot amongst themselves, which is obviously fine. We leave, and 20 minutes later, we are in the car driving home, and she gets a text. It's from her best friend. It includes a screenshot from one of their other friends, and best friend says, "Wife and I just cannot remember what we did for the bachelorette party. Do you remember?" And the response is this whole description of a comedy show that they went to. The entire thing is so contrived, it is almost comical. There's no way this is true, and it's so clear that they discussed this at the party we were just at, and they came up with this plan. I feel so manipulated. My wife is in the passenger seat and is almost giddy reading the text and saying how they have now solved the mystery. What the fuck?
There's no mystery.
What story is this, bro? Big Red saw this, was like, God damn, like leave, man. You have enough to just get the fuck out. I have no idea what happened at the bachelorette party, but the whole story and the lying was so unnecessary. She's still holding firm to her story, whatever it is. I wouldn't have even cared if they went to a strip club because I trust my wife, but this story has made me lose trust, and now all of the abuse over the years is coming back to me and making me see things differently. Have I ever been loved? Is my wife capable of love? Did she cheat on me? Am I the world's biggest fool? I love her and the family we have created. Obviously, there are so many positives in our relationship that I didn't list, but can all the positives in the world make up for this? No, man. I feel like he has surmised her life, their relationship. She's a terrible person. Mm-hmm. Edit. First, all the comments and DMs have been so caring and kind, even the ones trying to smack some sense into me. There's a lot of love here from kind strangers. Thank you. Based on an exchange in my DMs, I'm sharing that the physical abuse did stop 5 years ago. She worked with her former therapist who specializes in cognitive behavioral therapy, and she is more in control of herself. I'm not sure she fully acknowledges the pain this has caused me and the kids, and all of the other nonsense has continued. I'm not sure if this changes anything for me, though. Yeah, so she probably cheated on you more than one time.
You're not the asshole.
Yeah, you're not. It was that an am I the asshole?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it was either. Yeah, leave. Like, what do we even go into about this? There's 50,000 things. She obviously cheated on you. She is now projecting that onto you, thinking that you're going out and because she did it to you. So that's where that lies at. The spousal abuse. I mean, you can't come back from that. Like if I'm sitting there, you read this story and it's like it's not been 5 years. But if you heard a story about me and I just was beating the dog shit out of my wife for 10 years of our relationship. She talked about the black eyes and the cuts and shit like that. And he's like, oh, but he hasn't been beating me for 5 years. You'd be like, okay, fucking monster.
I think it was a very short time span that she was beating the shit out of him. Like, I think it was.
Oh, well, that makes it better.
No, it doesn't make it better. But like the fact that it happened, he says it hasn't happened in 5 years ago. In 5 years, and like the initial start of the violence was 5 years ago. So like she did go to therapy. I'm not saying that it absolves her of it. Like it's still completely wrong. However, like it stopped 5 years ago. So like basically it was a really hot minute that it was going on, and then luckily she fucking pulled herself out of it. But yeah, I mean I'm not saying she's actively cheating, but the thing is people that are that insecure do have a reason to be that insecure, and that's because they typically are the ones doing that. Whether she's actively doing it or she just feels super guilty from when she did it at the bachelor party or bachelorette party, like nobody should have to go through that though. Right. Like you either trust me or you don't, and if you don't trust me, then there's no point in us being together anymore. Like
Absolutely.
At that point, if you can't trust me, then we just need to hang it up and go our separate ways, because that's ludicrous to go on a work trip 3 times a month and you have to deal with that 3 times a month. No, fuck that. Like line in the sand. Like if you call me at 2:00 in the morning to FaceTime me, we will be divorced.
Right.
We will divorce. Because that's just ludicrous.
Crazy. Yeah. Absolutely crazy.
Maybe we got a more lighthearted one.
Right.
No?
Opie asked legal advice for help on escaping her physically abusive husband. He is a cop. Look, I picked the story out
too.
You
picked that one.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was going to come after all of this.
Good shuffle.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
Trigger.
I'm not going to read the trigger warning.
No.
All right. So, husband is physically abusive. He is a cop. I can't escape. Help.
I think you can automatically assume the trigger warning that would be
Right.
said.
I am completely dependent on my husband. He sees all of my movement. I'm pretty sure he's planted one of those Apple tags in my car. He is very violent. I've called the police. They didn't do anything when I had 2 black eyes. I have no family. I am estranged of all friends. I think he's going to kill me. Help, Ohio.
Jesus.
Fuck. If that's the fucking thing you put down.
That's just the summation of what it is.
Right. So here's the update. Hello all. First of all, I am alive. Second of all, thank you all so much. In my first post, I really was scared because I thought my husband might kill me. I'm glad to say I made it out. After the threat, I got new motivation and energy to go out. I made a little emergency bag and hid it in the laundry room under a dirty pile of clothes. I started keeping petty cash from my shopping trips. With the petty cash, I bought a very cheap prepaid phone that I used to call women's shelters. They helped me make a plan and got me out of there. That was by far the scariest night of my life. When I left, I knew my husband had night shift. I was so scared that he somehow found out what I was planning and was hiding out to catch me. I have been very careful too. I was sweet to him, acted as if he had broken me successfully, acted on his every wish. It was very painful. But that night at 3 a.m., I finally escaped with my little bag. I left behind my phone. That same day, I had sold my laptop. I told my husband that I wanted to put some cash forward to his gaming PC so he wouldn't mind. What a dork. Jesus Christ. The guy, not the woman. I got an old tablet with SIM function for very cheap too, so that was the rest of the $500 of my laptop sale for me. I left the car behind and left everything in the house and just ran till I arrived at a McDonald's, and from there ordered an Uber to pick me up. As soon as I arrived, they helped me close everything that be closed, email, cash out, my bank account, etc. And they helped me get an amazing lawyer. So right now I'm in a shelter, alive and well. I finally managed to get a TRO till the divorce hearing. My lawyer is realistic with the case, but everything that matters is I am no longer scared of going to sleep at night and never waking up. Thank you so much. Aww. Fucking dude, you ain't even got to give advice to that. You could just be like, fucking Chad. There we go.
See, the thing is like, I think people it's like what we say about like narcissism and like what I thought initially is like people throw around the term toxic masculinity. That guy is the definition of that. But like when somebody's like, you know, concerned about their wife, like I saw another Reddit post that I thought we'd read, but I don't know that it's in here. But it was like, you know, having your wife text you when she arrives somewhere or when she's leaving so that you know, like kind of when to expect her home or like that she's on the road and like so you know if you don't see her in a certain amount of time that you should check in on her and stuff like that. That's not being a toxic person. That's being a caring person. But like that guy is the definition of like the most toxic male. Like the fact that you let your wife sell her fucking laptop to buy you a gaming PC, like fuck off, dude. Like that's your wife's fucking laptop. Like, no, babe, you don't got to do that. I'll find the money for my gaming PC.
But she did that because she knew that corny, because he obviously cares about him.
Because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. But yeah, I do that. I'm like, you know, text me when you get the kids to school.
Yes.
And then, so if my daughter rides with her friends, text me when you get to school. Like it's text me when you get to school. That's so I know you made it okay. Yes. I don't have to sit there and in 7 hours find out that you were, you know, in a fucking car accident where you went off the fucking rails and you're in a ditch somewhere and fucking they couldn't find you and you died.
Well, me and my friends did that throughout our 20s, like when we'd be drinking and hanging out with each
text
other.
Me when you get home, brother.
Yes, like
let me know that you got home okay.
And I would stay up after my friends left because usually a lot of the parties were at my house. I would stay up until they texted me. Like it's just one of those things of being genuinely concerned. And like, but the fact that she got like beat up and shit, and then he's a cop, so the cops
They're
didn't
not gonna
fucking
do shit
do anything.
to him, yeah.
That's so fucked. Like those are the shitty cops. Those are the people.
Absolutely.
I'm glad
but
she got out.
But it ended good, though. Yeah, it ended well.
She did it very well. I mean, she was very strategic about the whole thing.
So, damn, we're going through these stories pretty quick.
Yeah.
Maybe we gotta slow it down.
Oh no, we're good.
Bring it around town.
That one's a long one too.
That one is
That's
another
like
long
4
one.
pages.
Am I the asshole for not wanting my boyfriend to factor my son's survivor benefits into our new household budget?
No, you're not the asshole.
My 38 female, son, 15 male, receives $1,100 a month in Social Security survivor benefits from his late father who passed away when my son was 5. My boyfriend, 40 male, have been in an on again, off again relationship for a long time.
That needs to just be an off and always.
That looks good. That looks good. It doesn't work out, but maybe this time it will. Oh, it won't.
I don't understand people that live in those relationships. Like, oh yeah, like, well, no, we really do love each other. No, you guys have dated each other 14 times.
Wait,
like,
it's been good. Things have been good recently, and he's proposed.
Yeah,
Everything.
so it's all better now.
Right. If you have an on again, off again relationship, like it's kind of toxic. You guys don't really work. Just have a baby.
Yeah, that fixes everything.
That fixes everything.
Married,
man.
House, and baby. You put all that together, your relationship's
You're
going to
so
be golden.
happy. You don't look. You're toxic to each other now, but throw in no sleep and like constant,
Worrying
just someone
about
screaming in
bills
your
and-
face. Yes. Oh man, it makes everything so much better. We're planning on getting a house together. I have my son, and he has 3 children. Oh God. Okay. Well, fucking the boyfriend has 3 children.
Yeah.
I have my son, and he has 3 children, and that's how I read it. And I was like, "God, he's 15.
Nice.
What the fuck are you doing?"
Casanova.
Right. That took me back.
3 women or 3 children from 3 different girls.
But only one of his kids would be living with us full time. The house they are looking for is $2,500 a month. The house we are looking for is $2,500 a month.
It's crazy.
Fuck.
That
Wow.
is a thing.
Right. My boyfriend proposed budget is for him to pay $950, for me to pay $950, and for us to use $600 from my son's check for the household. No. He suggests we can then put the remaining $500 from the check into savings. No.
Is your son or is your kid going to pay $600 to
Right.
it too?
The current practice is to give my son half of his check for his personal use and the other half for him, and save the other half for him.
Good job, Mom.
Yeah, great job, Mom. I think that since he's almost 17, he should have some control over his money.
I didn't understand that part.
Yeah,
he's
'cause
15. Since he's almost 17.
My boyfriend disagrees completely. He thinks that since we are going to be a family, all the money should be pulled together for shared expenses. No.
Yes, your money and his money.
Yeah,
sure,
the
if
adults'
you want to do
monies.
that.
We've been going back and forth on this. I'm feeling incredibly uncomfortable with his expectation. I feel like the benefits are my son's and should not be used to reduce the adult's portion of the bills. It feels like he's trying to make me subsidize the household using money that was meant for my son's care and future and not to pay his own share of the bills. Am I wrong here? Is it selfish to keep my son's check separate and manage it for his benefit alone? Or is my boyfriend's financial expectation a red flag for our future together?
Leave.
He obviously is using you so he can have a house. You have been on again, off again, because he probably wants to fucking go out and fuck other women and shit like that. And, we need to take a break and not taking a break anymore. And now he's like, oh, I can get this house for $950 a month because this bitch is shelling in, what is that, $1,550? So works for me. Your son don't need that money. Let him pull it in there. We're a family now. That's manipulative. That is literally, hey, we're a family. We need to pool our money together. Fuck that. You are a on again, off again boyfriend. Run. Red flags ablaze. This is not going to work out. He's a terrible goddamn cunt. He needs a place for him and his kid. Fucking run away.
Sorry, you're a bad relationship partner. The fact that you keep going back, like there's
You're a
no
good mom.
Yeah.
You suck at relationships.
Yeah, the relationship, like there's plenty of other people out there and you don't need anybody. You got your son, it's you and him, and then, he'll be off eventually. But like on again, off again. Why are you off again? Like, what is it that is making you guys split up? Like, so obviously there's some shit there. Stop going back. Like, you two do not belong together. The second that you're like, you guys can reconcile once. I give people the benefit of the doubt on that. Like, oh, we should have worked things out, blah, blah, blah. Sure, get back together. But the second that you're off again, be off
That's
for good.
it. Yeah.
For good.
It's like that. What is that saying? If you love it, set it free. If it comes back, it's meant to be.
Sure, let that happen one time.
But then if it leaves again, no, it's not. It's not fucking meant to be. By the way, when you would say on again, you said like, I forgot how you fucking said it. You had jumbled your words, but it sounded like one of those Greek names. It sounded like he would be like good friends with Popsicles.
Popsicles and
Yeah, it was like
Bicycles.
It was like Onagon, like Onagon and Popsicles on a fucking mission together. Their boy Bicycles, fucking Bicycles, taking it from behind, trailing behind. God damn, taking it from behind. Fucking Bicycles has a terrible life. He has to take it from Onagon and Popsicle.
Have you seen those couples though, where it's like they're so toxic for each other, but they like if they stay together forever, that's fine. Like you can be toxic together and like fucking just fight and be
it's
ugly
the sex
and all
life
that stuff.
that fucking confuses them about the love.
But the second you split, stop fucking going back.
It's their sex life though. They fucking
nobody else will lick my butthole like that. So.
Right? Yeah. God, when we're fucking. All right. So to a much easier topic, okay? My twin sister, while sitting 20 feet away from me, sent me a PM to my account about how I should kill myself. My mom smirked and then I cried.
Jesus Christ. Well, maybe they're just a dark family.
Right. Maybe it could be a joke. Cause I fucking, my brother will be like, you know, he'll be like, yeah, I had to wait at the DMV for 5 hours. I'm like, oh, fuck, that sounds terrible. You should kill yourself, bro. Like, your life is obviously not going to go. Like, when people say the most mundane complaints and shit, I'm just like, that's it. End it. You should just end it all. I've been a long time lurker here, and I just need to vent about this because I am incredibly depressed and I feel alone. I went to North Carolina. I went in seat, no contact, not North Carolina. I went no contact from my family when I first left for college at 18. It lasted 2 years, and then it eventually went low contact because I felt guilty about not talking to them. My mom was extremely abusive. She would strangle us, punch us in our backs, etc. You know how it goes.
That's just good child rearing. That's how
I
you're
love
supposed
like
to.
99% of people reading that and be like, no. Because she's like, you know how it goes, strangling, punching you in the back, shit. But when she says, you know how it goes, I'm just like, I know how it is. I know how it is. You know, sometimes you get fucked up. But then what's cool, well, I guess it's different for guys. You get big and then they get scared of you. And
Yeah,
you're like,
they don't
what the fuck?
want-
Yeah, what the fuck you gonna do, big boy? Yeah, I'm big now. What you gonna do? Where's all that anger when I was a kid? I was like, we should talk about our issues. Yeah, pussy. Wanna now? All right. She never physically abused us when our dads was around, but the verbal abuse was enough to make him consider leaving her.
Fuck your dad.
Bro, if my daughter came up and was like, "Mom's hitting me," I'm like, "What do you mean?"
We're
Like
out.
she's like strangling. No, yeah, we're out. Shit's about to go down though. I'm like, "Listen, baby girl, she hit me first.
Go get in the car.
Yep. Nope. She's been strangling you. Yeah. She's been fucking punching you. Yeah. She hit me first. What does that mean? You'll find out. And then when the cops show up, oh, she hit him first. Like she just started attacking him. It was crazy. They go in there and she's all bent up and fucking legs to the side. Looks like the It Follows. The girl has her fucking leg snapped in half. It's like, yeah, but did you have to do all that? She attacked me. What was I going to do? She attacked my daughter too. Because of this, I have severe depression and PTSD, and I had to go on medical leave from college. My mom begged me to come home around 2 months before I gave in. I missed having a family, and I'm stupid for being weak and giving in. Since I've been back, my mom has been doing weird things. She'll want me to get drunk with her, but I really can't drink alcohol because I'm on Celexa. When I refuse to drink, she'll give me the silent treatment for a few days. I'm always getting the silent treatment, and it hurts. It's so sad too because look, as a baby, you want nothing more than your parents to love you. That is a fucking thing, man, and it sucks. Look,
And it should be
Mikey is very
default.
light on it because I've had the time to grow up and to be able to. But me as a kid, me as a young adult, I'm just like, fuck, you know. I've seen all these other parents doing things with their kids. I see how parents would interact with their kids, and I never had that. I only had the anger and the spitefulness.
Yeah.
And growing up, it's like, fuck, man. It doesn't matter if they love me because I love me. And as long as I love me, I don't fucking need it from anybody else. And obviously she is, you know, a lot younger. So she has not really gotten to
Develop
grow
that
and grow. And that's the biggest thing too, is if you've went through shit like that, a lot of the things that you think like you need help with and talking to a lot of that is just like getting to love yourself. And when you actually love yourself, you're like, fuck, I'm funny. I am. I say I'm a good looking guy. I don't care if you don't think I think I'm a good looking guy. But, you know, I say these things about me to kind of, you know, hey, we're doing this bad, but we can work on that. You know, we can work on being a better person, being the better version of ourselves. And once you come to like really just be like, fuck, I like me. That's what's going to get you through a lot of hurdles of not having the parents that.
Well, and the key for her is like, even if you don't like you now, you can like where you're going and who you're going to be, because like it takes work and it takes time. But like, you know, just because your mom's a piece of shit and your dad's a fucking pussy and left, like that's not a reflection of you. Like we've said before, like it's not a reflection of you.
Is dad gone or is he dead?
Well, he left fucking mom is what she said, I thought.
Was enough to make him consider leaving her. That's all I see, though.
Maybe he's still around.
I don't know, because then dad's just as much of a.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
How
Like,
the fuck you got to see that? Like you have to see that. Like, bro, if I am my daughter does something, I'm talking to her, she's getting punished or something like that, I want my wife to be like, hey, you're overreacting. Or, hey, I don't think, not in front of her, like we're supposed to be a fucking team together, but be like, hey, I think you should do this. Like last night, she's becoming a teenager, so she knows how to push buttons. That's what teenagers do, and they push boundaries and stuff like that. And they just got to like a little stuff, and I was like, hey, I felt like that was a little bit too much. And she was just like, you think? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, she's a dick. And I was like, yeah, she's a dick. You know, she is a dick, but
where'd she learn that from?
She should. Just teenagers do that, dude. And they start hanging out with a bunch of other fucking teenagers that think they all got the fucking world figured out. And then a little bit of that for me. Okay, so today my mom asked me if I wanted to just live here and not go back to school. That made no sense. Why would I want to not complete my education? Also, I don't like the constant silent treatments, so I don't like being here. I told her I'd rather go back to school. She started yelling about how I could just go to community college. She started crying about how I didn't love her, and my dad told her to stop being dramatic. They are still together. Dad sucks.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah. My sister came in and asked what happened. When my mom told her, she didn't say anything and just went on her laptop. My twin sister is beyond crazy. She once stalked a man for 6 months because the guy told him that she didn't know what she was talking about and should just shut up. She found this guy's identity from a few Reddit comments and started physically mailing him things with death threats. She signed his Reddit username to everything. If I knew she had done this, I wouldn't have come here. My sister then sent me a PM on Reddit that said, you dumb bitch, I hate you so much. You're a piece of trash and I'm glad you were raped. No one loves you and no one will ever, and no one loves you and no one ever will. And how fucking dare you make my mom upset? She has been kind to you. All she wanted was for you to stay here. You're never going to be anything. I know you have been feeling suicidal, so why stop feeling that way and just go kill yourself? No one will care. Your boyfriend broke up with you last year, and I think that goes to show that no one really cares about you. I hope you get raped again, and I should stop talking before you call the cops on me like you used to do to mom when we were kids. There's so much I'd love to say to you, but I don't want you to go snitching, and I don't want to be a bully. That's a horrific thing, but she lives with. You know, she has not gotten away from mom. She went through the exact same abuse you did. And here's the sad reality of life. Trauma does different things to people. From that message alone, though, like her trauma is not your trauma. Fuck her. Like fuck her. Like, once again, this is your mom and dad. Your dad's dad is just as much a part of this as anything else. He's allowed it. But this has trauma affects people differently. It has, now your daughter's this really aggressive, spiteful, hateful, petty person. Fucking just zoom on out. Just go on out. Obviously, there's not a person in that house that you owe anything to or that has even the I don't know,
they don't value you at all.
At all. And there's nobody worth saving. They don't have anything that is worth saving. So just fucking get out of there. As soon as I saw that, I started crying and I told my dad. He said my sister was out of line, but he can't discipline her. And if that's how she feels, she is entitled to feel that way.
No.
Not under my goddamn house, boy. You ain't fucking, I can't tell her anything. Well, you pay a bill, you fucking cuck? Like, then go fucking tell somebody. Go be a fucking parent. Go guide people.
It's complicated as being a parent, but like there's one of your kids that is like, and obviously this is going to be written in a way that makes OP seem like she's just fully the victim. There could be things going on that she is not making to light.
I think there's just so much trauma in the story. Yeah, you're right.
However, if one of my kids said that too, like even with my 4-year-old, she'll constantly like try to parent our 13-year-old the same way that we're parenting. I'm like, not your place, babe. Like you are her sister. You guys are on the same team. But like if my
it's supposed to be y'all two against us.
Yes.
That's how we do it with our kids.
Yeah.
Like
you guys team up like that, and that's cool. But like with that, like I would be in that room so fucking quick. And if the kid was not, if it sounds like they're old enough to be like,
she would be hearing it. She would be hearing it.
But if they're old enough to be on their own, it'd be like, get the fuck out of my house if you're gonna be that shitty to another member of this household. Like, and my wife would get the same fucking treatment. Right. If you're gonna fucking slap and hit our kids, you get the fuck out. You would have the ambulance take her out. But I would say, get the fuck out of my house. These kids are not going to fucking put up with this shit.
I never put my hands on my kids for something that I fucked up as on. I never put hands on my kids.
I'm saying the wife. I said the wife.
Oh, the wife. Yeah, she's getting uppercutted out of her sneakers.
Yes.
As soon as I saw this, okay, my mom came in and saw me crying and started laughing uncontrollably. I asked my sister why she would do something like that when I've only been nice to her. I sent her like $400 when I was in school because my parents are poor. I deleted my account immediately, and my sister said that she found my account because she put a tracker on my laptop. My dad said that it wasn't nice. I have no idea how to cope with this. My cousin said that I can move in with them next month when they get back in the country, but that's such a long time away. We got an update. My hands are shaking, but I am on the way to a domestic violence shelter. I am very afraid. The family who was going to take me in said that my mom asked them not to get involved and they don't want to make her mad. She didn't even have to know I was there. My entire family has known about the abuse, and they tell me it's awful, but have never done anything. Look a mess because it happened so fast. An object was thrown at me and nasty things were said. My life was threatened. I didn't even have time to shower. I am at the ER getting my medicine. The DV shelter is paying for it. I'm afraid of getting judged because I actually rolled out of bed and look awful, but I had to escape.
Yeah, not the time to be concerned about your
Imagine
looks.
being a dad and making a house that your child's life in the one place she needs to feel the most secure feels threatened. I don't know, man. That's what, look, I am in the camp that you do need that like strong figure, that the person that teaches you about the intricacies of like respect and things like that. You need the parent that can show the love and the kindness and the support and shit. And if you can't do that in a household, you're going to have some just wayward thinking kids. And this is entirely not even that. You have a dad who is just like, I'm here. I'm just a person. I'm just a man existing. And then you have a very mentally ill fucking crazy bitch that raises your kids, that is hurting them and hitting them and doing all sorts of shit. And this is just, it's rough. The shelter only gives me 30 days, so I'm at a job interview. I think I'll be honest with them. I really need the job because I'm in a shelter. It's at a cinema, so that would be nice. Do not be honest. Do not.
No, just get the job.
Yep, just get the job. Talk about why you are good enough for the job, because they're going to hear all that and they're going to be like, oh, this person's going to be someone who doesn't come in every day. Because
they're going to have a lot of personal issues and...
Right. And once again, it is nice if you could go up to a business and say all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it is a business and they do want people to be there. And you telling them this laundry list of problems, they're going to be like, well, she's never going to come in.
Well, and she's unstable too. Because like you start presenting yourself as not being in control of your own life. Like
right.
you dip out, that's fine. Like you had that scenario, you go to the shelter. All that stuff is technically fine. But you're going to go into so much detail.
With that being said, if you told somebody that story and they gave you a job, that's a good person.
Yes.
That's someone that is actually, trying to help.
But there's probably been told that story
1,000 times by people who did not go through that
exactly.
stuff. My friend and her parents live in my college town and said I could stay there. I just have to buy my ticket. Thanks for the encouragement, and I hope things will be okay for me. Edit, my dad keeps sending me texts telling me to call him immediately. I'm not going to do that. So this is the final update. Wow, it's been nearly 3 years since I've posted on this forum, desperate for help. Oh, fuck yes.
Happy ending?
It sounds good. That good. First line, and it's been 3 years since of all that traumatic shit. Sounds good. For some reason, these posts just popped into my head after all this time, and rereading them, I just want to hug my former self because I had forgotten how bad things were. I also wanted to hug all you for helping me. I wrote down the advice you guys gave me, and I used it. I really did. I may be a little vague to continue to preserve my identity. So here goes the last update to this saga, and it's a happy one. The shelter that I stayed in was very nice and brand new. The staff told me how cramped it was, how cramped the other one was, so I'm very lucky that I did arrive when I did. After the first day, my nerves relaxed and I could just breathe. There were about 7 other women there, and we each had our room with a nice bathroom. I was the youngest there, and the other women gave me advice about life, and they even did my makeup for interviews. And these are women that have been through it.
Yeah.
They have been through it. And just to be like, man, we have this opportunity to tell this young girl, because a lot of women, through infatuation, love, all sorts of circumstances, fear, are kept in these long-term, just abusive fucking relationships. And to be able to just tell someone young and give your advice then, and especially if you're able to be like, all right, I'm going to absorb this knowledge who has been through, of these people that have been through infinitely more shit than, I've been through, and just to be able to get ahead of that is a blessing.
Well, and she already has a basis in knowing what could be by how shitty her mom
Right,
was
like
over
how
time.
toxic
So
people
like
work.
she sees that growing up, and then now they can advise her not to go find that same like love in a love interest and everything.
We each took turns cooking per the rules, and we developed a nice rapport. The staff was so amazing, and they also talked to me about life. I felt so safe at this place because of the security. Oh, I almost forgot. A church group came to give quilts they had made for us, and I still have mine. Sometimes I snuggle it and think about how far I've come. I love that quilt, and I wash it very carefully. We also had a group and individual therapy, which really helped. I know every DV shelter experiences isn't like this, but please don't be afraid to just leave when things get bad. My family abuse counts as domestic violence. I was able to find a job that paid more than the movie theater offered, and I told them that I didn't plan on going back to school in the future. Also, the movie theater did give her a job. Yes, it was a lie, but that was the only way I could afford rent by working at the movie theater. Oh, so they were like, oh, we don't want you going back to school. We want you to stay here forever. We're not going to give you a job if you're going back to school. I decided to look for my own place instead of just staying with friends that offered because I needed stability if things got bad. I really didn't have a support net and would have to start over. I had no reason to think things would go bad, but after leaving such a bad situation, I guess nothing felt secure for me. I rented a room, and my roommates were never home because he was a truck driver. I didn't feel very comfortable staying with an older man I didn't know, but I had very few options. He was very nice, and because of our schedules never aligned, we left each other goodbye notes since we couldn't do it in person. I still have his note. That's fucking sweet. Especially because, it is an older man, a truck driver. And look, the truck drivers, they're not the most, put together guys.
Sometimes
they're out there, living on the road and stuff like that. But to be respectful too, and because a good man is going to be like, I just don't want to make her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like that's my whole goal is to make her not feel uncomfortable. I did go back to school, and the next semester when my medical leave was over, but not at my original school, I felt like I needed a fresh start, and my family knew about the old school anyway, so I applied to different schools. I got into a great school. I told my story of everything I had survived in the essay. When my sister told me that I wasn't going to be anything, she was wrong, and I think she knew she was wrong in her assessment of me. It's like jealousy. Mm-hmm. I graduated this year, and I have stability that I have never known before. Although I'm a few years older than I wanted to be when I graduated, I realized that sort of thing doesn't even matter, and the medical leave was beneficial. That's right. In the grand scheme of life, you got so much time. I just got engaged to a lovely man with a lovely family. They always tell me they're my family, and I'm so close with my future mother-in-law. I had food poisoning for the first time a few days ago, and my fiance left the house at 2 a.m. to get Pedialyte just to make sure I was hydrated. And then when I felt like I was going to leave the bathroom, he told me he was going to make lentil soup for me. I can't say that word. I tried several times. It was just, I fucked up. I started glitching. I didn't have to ask or even say anything. When I was a kid and vomiting blood, my mom would tell me to go back to sleep. It feels nice to be treated this way, and sometimes I catch myself saying, you don't have to, when he tries to do something nice for me. Anyways, he has 6 siblings, and they're like the siblings I never had. I learned to value myself and put myself first. I wasn't loved as a child, so I found to do things for myself that I didn't get. No one made me feel special, so I do it myself. I make a point to buy flowers for myself weekly. A therapist recommended this to me, and it makes a difference. No one cared if I was sick as a child, so I make sure that I rest and relax without disruptions when I'm sick. No one valued my personal time or space, so I have days where I don't even answer my phone and just spend time with myself, things like that. Thanks again to everyone for helping me. When I made that last update, I was crying, and I really didn't think I was going to be okay. I was headed to a shelter with a 30-day stay. I thought there was no way anything beneficial could happen in 30 days. I was very depressed and hopeless. I had no idea things would have gone in such a positive direction.
Beautiful.
Fucking Chad.
Yeah.
Fucking Chad. And that's what I was talking about in the beginning of finding that love for yourself. And that's a big part of, I talk about the shit that I go through, and people will be like, God damn, it doesn't affect me now. Like, even when I think about like the little kid that was, sad going through all that shit, still, even like talking to that little Michael, you could not convince him that he wasn't going to do stuff someday. He wasn't going to be something someday. That little fucking kid knew without a shadow of a goddamn doubt when he grew up, he was going to do something. He was going to fucking capture somebody's goddamn attention. Just through all of that shit, I never really lost hope for it. I did get into some bad times through my teenage years where it was like I was accepting my surroundings.
Your fate.
Yeah.
Like
just my,
that's what it's going to be guaranteed.
yeah. And it's just like, I guess this is life. And then, you know, the universe, you know, throws Amy in my life, and then it starts this whole thing of you can be something, and that fire gets reignited underneath me, and fuck, man, that story ended so good. I was so happy reading that fucking update, and then she was like, you know, if I can just go back and hug that version of myself.
Well, and the cool thing is like technically she didn't have to go through all that to become who she was. Like she could have ended up being who she was. However, like having that ability to see what life is for, like, because really, like, and it's not to excuse the mom, but the mom probably went through shit. And like, that's the thing is like hurt people. That's what happens. But now she knows better when she has this loving family around her to appreciate it, like to be very like open to like, not everything is like they fucking told me it was going to be.
Right.
And so now she knows like what it could be. And she's taken the time to like love herself. And that's the key that I think a lot of people get into relationships really young and link up, and now they're completely dependent on that other person.
Right.
And I think that's one thing to say about you is you kind of started growing, like you grew up faster than a lot of people. Like a lot of people don't find themselves and figure out who they are till they're in their 20s, but like you had it so fucking bad that the only person you had was you.
Right.
And so you started doing that growing way younger than most people finally come around to like, no, I am going to be a good person. I can do this. Like, even if I have bad examples, I can still become something that I would be proud of rather than just being a shit my whole life. Like everybody around me is going to be, and then continues to be. Cause
Right.
like, that's one thing that you've said a bunch of times is like, a lot of those people are still stuck there.
I mean, a couple days ago, I had to go on a fucking adventure to find my brother who was like drugged out of his mind, and then tried to, you know, talk a little bit of sense into him and be like, hey man, we need to be a dad and everything like that. And I mean, just the whole time, all he gave is like, I need him. I have to do the drugs.
But
there's zero want to quit in there, zero want for change.
Because he hasn't found that.
Which I'm
that
not going to lie, I
found.
wanted to be better than what I grew up with. I wanted to be better. I wanted to fucking, they just accepted it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to accept it. I cannot. You saw how bad shit got.
Yeah.
And because it blew away, you know, one of our other friends, Richard, about just like how positive I was about it, because there's no like, fuck, I've been sad before. How many times have I been like, let's just give up? Fucking none. And there'd be no money coming in. I'm just like, I fucking see it. I just see it. I'm so fucking, failure is not there. It's not even like it's an option. It's just not there. Yeah. It's fucking, it's not even a thing in my mind. There's no way that I imagine something, whatever the fuck we do, I don't imagine failure. Yeah. We do a 48-hour film thing. We might not come in first place. We still fucking did it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And then that inspires us to do what we're going to do on the bonus episode of MADHD. Like we take that and we roll it into the next thing. It's not, even if it's a failure on paper for that event, right, it doesn't mean that it's a failure. It's a learning experience that we then roll into the next thing and roll into the next thing. Cause like we have fallen on our face a bunch, but none of it has been like, oh, we're done.
Yeah. All pack it up and go home. Did the hardest times
been
of it.
A year and a half ago.
Right.
When we launched the fucking web series, when we first started working together, and like it went nowhere. And like we did put it on the shelf, but that is still sitting on the shelf to take out at some point when all the other stuff starts falling into place. It's not that it's gone.
It was like, hey, we made something beautiful. It's time to grow. It's time to learn. Yeah. And then when you're ready, you do it again. And then
you take the lessons, and that's what's beautiful about her story, though.
But that's like that does show the magic in life and shit, that something can go wrong. And then, you know, if you don't quit and you just keep fucking going at it, it like transcends. And that's always been the idea that I've had, is like, you know, we just keep trying, we keep doing, we keep fucking going at it, no matter, you know, if we're sick, if we're fucking depressed, if we're, you know, fucking poor as shit, whatever. It's like you keep fucking doing it. You don't, the day you say I'm done, that's when you failed at whatever you were attempting.
Imagine if we told ourselves at the beginning of this year that we'd have 100 podcast episodes out. No way.
Yeah, I'd be like, there's no fucking way I'd do a podcast, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Well, you wanted to do one, but like you wouldn't have believed that we would do the podcast, but then I wouldn't have believed that
we
we'd
got
make
to
it
100 episodes.
because that's not our track record. Like we're constantly like reinventing and like, but the consistency that we've built into this. The one thing that I do want to say about her though was it was so beautiful that she didn't like drag her family. A lot of times you'll just hear all the excuses of like all the things, but like she has turned it around and then talked about all the positive things that she's done for herself rather than being like, yeah, my fucking sister's probably still a worthless bitch and all this. Like she didn't, nothing. Just gone. They're gone.
Right.
And was just talking about like, you know, like I've got all these positive things going on in my life and I'm just
that's how you truly know that she deaded it though.
Yeah.
Because if you're sitting there and you're always talking about like how
my bitch mom,
like
fucking
even me, like the shit that my family has put me through, and I say like when I talk about my mom, it's mostly positives. Like why I'm not holding on to that fucking childhood shit. I'm saying she's nice now. We have a good rapport now. I don't give a fuck about she went through a lot of shit. I could see that. It's not an excuse for how our relationship went when we were kids. Like my brothers and shit like that. Like it's not even like, and I don't want to see them do bad. I want them to do well. I have accepted in my life that I am no superhero. I cannot
You can't
sit
save
there
everybody.
and swoop in and save somebody that doesn't want to be saved. I mean, fuck, I don't, literally the biggest cause for like, you know, the most emotional stress through like abuse and shit like that. It was, you know, the guy who claimed to be my dad, even though he knew without a shadow of a doubt I wasn't his kid.
Yeah.
But he signed my birth certificate. I'm your father. I'm your real father. I'm all this stuff. And then, you know, treats my brothers differently. Like, and it's not even abandoned, bro. Dog, abandon me. Like that's a signed, sealed, delivered. That's easy. But then you come and get my brothers. You're giving my brothers gifts and stuff like that. I don't get nothing. And I'm just like, well, what's wrong with me that my dad? Because that's what you think. Like he loves all of his other kids. I'm just the one that doesn't get love. So you start to think that's wrong. Even now, it's just like someone will say, I'm like, bro, I don't fucking care. Sometimes I go by their little cult, religious fun, and then get them to say Ivan Jerkinoff and shit like that. Like that is like there's no malice, there's no anger, there's no look. It's I don't wish bad on anybody because I know that I'm gonna do well. You know.
Yeah.
Like if I was sitting here like, oh, I'm gonna fucking fail at everything, and that's what presents the anger and shit like that. But guys, if you have any stories that you want us to read, if you want to recommend a story, you could put it in the Reddit, MADHD.
We'll shout out your username.
Yeah, we'll shout out your username. Or you can submit it to mikeanddylan.com, MikeandDylan.com, and we will see you guys next time.
Later.